we were never like a Hallmark Christmas movie family. No. Like we never watched like A Princess's Christmas. Like no. It was always very much.
It is so not my vibe. And I don't want to be crying at a Holly movie. No, thank you. Like, no.
Not the time for tears.
No.
We are going to do a little holiday episode today.
Love it. Love it. So excited.
We're very excited for the holidays. We're coming out there. We'll be there in a week from today. Very excited for the holidays. I feel like we are, because we had West Coast Christmas last year. We're very much
you
like,
haven't had you haven't had a city Christmas in a while. But like, I think we're both
kind of like, we like West Coast Christmas. Like, I think we both, not in a bad way, but just like, like this is nice. This is nice. Like,
it's nice.
But we are excited to come and do all the festive things but it'll be nice this week. It's going to be in like the 70s, 80s. So I'm
nice.
Going to embrace the warm weather, but very excited for the holidays and wanted to do an episode where we talk about our favorite holiday movies.
Very timely because of some of the things we're going to talk about. Because I love the holiday movie. First of all, I love the holidays, and I am so much less stressed now over the holidays that it's really fully enjoyable for me. I can't explain it, but the lack of having to host major events now and having to have so much shopping, whereas now it's pared down because it's just, we don't have all the extended family shopping anymore. So it's just way more pleasant, and I enjoy it so much. I used to be, when people would start playing the Christmas music before Thanksgiving, I was like, too soon.
I remember you used to hate it.
I didn't like it. And now I'm like, when can we start playing Christmas music? When can we put the twinkly lights up? So it has changed for me, but I do. And I think it's unfortunate that I have that memory of, which it bothers me. So that's why I say to Tommy and Jenna all the time, like, I'm so happy they don't have that stress, because the holidays should be always joyful. Like, why did it have to be so stressful? And why did that happen? Was it pressure I put on myself? Was it just because we lived in the suburbs where things were done up so big that it was like so much work or something? I don't know. But I don't really... a lot of times the memories of the holidays are it's just attached to stress for me, and it's unfortunate.
Not for me. I don't know. I remember you being stressed, but I always love the holidays.
Well, so good. And that's the point. The point is that I didn't put the stress on you. I know you experienced me being stressed out, but not to the point where it impacted you.
No, because I don't
think I was like screaming at you guys or anything like that over the holidays. It was always like making it great for you. That's what gave me stress. I'd be staying up till all hours of the night to make sure the presents were...
Speaking of holidays, I didn't even think to talk about this, but do you remember when I found out Santa wasn't real and how?
Oh my God.
I guess that would be why are you so sad?
Because I feel bad that I messed up because I put the presents under the
up. But what happened was I think I was in 4th or 5th grade, and we have you always put up a Christmas village, and I always loved taking care of the Christmas village and putting new snow on it to make it look, crisp, fresh coat of snow.
The snow under the table.
Store the snow under the table. So one day after school, I went to go get more snow to put more fake snow out. And I saw all these presents under the table. And I was like, But I didn't say anything. I didn't say a word.
Of course
I was like, we got to investigate. We got to let the experiment run. And I waited until Christmas morning. We got to investigate. We can't speak too soon. Got to give Santa benefit of the doubt. And then I waited until Christmas morning, and then woke up and saw that it was the same wrapping paper as the presents under the table. And I was like, oh, Mom is Santa. And then,
oh my God,
I still didn't say anything on Christmas. I waited until 2 days later to say something, and was like,
oh my God.
I forget how, but I was like, do you remember if I said something?
No, I don't. So
I remember being in the car,
but and now that you mention it, I do remember that. You were in the car and I was like, are you kidding me? And you're like, you put the presents under the train table. And I said, oh my God. I remember being upset.
And I think the funny part about that conversation is we were having it very openly, and Jonathan was sitting on the front seat, totally oblivious.
Yes,
and
totally.
did not
Still
catch
think
on to the
Santa's real.
fact. Yeah.
Pretty much
So-
still. Well, I think now he accepts that I'm Santa, but I do still think he thinks Santa is real.
Yeah, just like maybe that Santa doesn't have
it's just not
time
real
for
him.
Yeah.
It's not his time. So that's why it's weird to me, because the elf, I wonder, like the elf he's embracing
So
the elf and
Jonathan
everything.
very much loves Elf on the Shelf.
He
and
loves
is very
Elf on the Shelf.
He thinks
He
like
believes.
Lucky the elf is very real and can move,
Very
and
real.
he'll be like staring at it, looking at it, and
Very
being like,
real.
"It's moving. She's moving."
Yeah, and he thinks it's hysterical when she moved. Like she was in the city. I'm talking to her like she's real too. She was in the city, and then I was in Dallas for work, and when I came home, I noticed that Tom put the elf box and then put Elf on top of it. And I was like, oh my God, he moved the elf. Like, was he crazy? Why did he touch it? So then when I was on the phone with Jonathan, and he goes, oh, how's Lucky or something? I go, look, he actually moved on top of the box. So I was like going with it. Jonathan was hysterical. Oh my God. I said, I wasn't here. I don't know what happened. I just came back and now he's sitting on top of the box.
Oh my God.
But there is some kind of childlike wonder, which is what we're going to talk about when I talk about some of the topic for today. But there is,
I mean, we're already talking about it. We're in the topic.
We're in it. But the childlike wonder that Jonathan has brought to it, for me, I appreciate, because I do feel like I am a big kid sometimes, and I like some of the things that like I get excited for the Christmas things, and I get like childlike when I see the big Christmas lights and the big present on 23rd Street and 6th Avenue. I'm like, I gotta go take a video of it. And I love to see the store windows, and I love all the things, and so I feel like childlike wonder is part of me. So I think it's nice that he has kept that alive in me, and I like that. I appreciate that.
Now we have Holly Girl, who will,
I know.
I'm
and
sure
now
he'll-
it's like, and knowing that like Jonathan's gonna like really like sharing with Holly about like Santa and the elf, and just like that whole thing is gonna be just exponentially better, because it's gonna be his little connection with her, which I love.
yeah,
Anyway, it's so sweet.
so sweet. But
yeah.
we did watch. I feel like we did watch a lot of holiday movies. I feel like that was a big thing for us.
We did.
I don't know. I feel like we watched a lot. I wanted us to each share our top 3 holiday movies of like what is our classic top holiday movies. We might have
and
some that overlap.
What do you like
about
movies?
it? I will say, I was thinking about these, and I realized we were never like a Hallmark Christmas movie family. Like we never watched like A Princess's Christmas, like it was always very much.
And it's so funny when you mentioned that, like the Hallmark thing, I was like, it is so not my vibe. I don't.
Yeah.
And so what do you like in a holiday movie? What are your parameters for a good holiday movie?
I feel like it needs to be like humorous and either like a realistic movie or like a totally fictional movie. I don't like when it's just like kind of in between. And I can get into that once we discuss our favorites. What are your parameters?
Very similar. I like it to be either just so ridiculous, or it needs to be like funny and realistic. So I like humor, and I don't want to be crying at a Holly movie. No, thank you. Like, no, I don't even want
not the time for tears.
No. And I definitely don't. And I definitely don't want like a stupid rom-com. Like I don't like the too cliche, ridiculous, like I don't like them when too over the top. Big
city girl goes to the country to see her family and falls in love with the farmer next, which is, it does scratch an itch for people, but not us.
What movie is that with Renee Zellweger? Because I kind of like that one.
New in Town. That's a good one.
I kind of like that.
I know, but that one's okay. That one's like a good, like, it's
Why
not
does that one work?
Because I feel like it's also like that's a great one. That's one of my favorites. That's such a good one. That's a good one.
That would be like my bonus one. Because how you said we're going to talk about one that's not really Christmassy, but it's like, because I don't know if I'd consider that a Christmas movie.
I know, me neither.
Around the holidays. So
it happens like in the winter in Minnesota. So it feels very Christmassy.
that one is good. The acting was good. The the
chemistry
the
writing
was believable. The writing was good, and the chemistry between the people is important. Except if you can't buy into it, it's like forget it. But
forget it.
I love the chemistry in that one, and then the storyline. And she is her reactions are so realistic, like the stupid things that happened when she was walking on snow in the heels and things like that. That was to me very. I also guess it was because the whole city girl thing. I could relate to that maybe. Yeah. I don't know. That was a good one.
That's a good one.
That was good. And it's funny enough, and it wasn't like making you weep. It was just like you get a little choked up, but it wasn't like a tearjerker, Yeah. I don't mind a little choked up, but I don't want to be bawling. No thank you to that. I don't.
No, The Notebook around the holidays?
No, The Notebook. Forget it.
Helen can't watch The Notebook. That's the beginning. If the beginning of The Notebook comes on, Helen starts bawling.
If I try to tell someone what The Notebook is about, I can't even describe the movie. This is like how emotional it is for me. I can't even talk.
Forget it. That's your word today.
That's what I was about to say. Forget about it.
All right. Jersey. So what are your, do you want to reveal one by one? Do you want to reveal?
Yeah. Well, one I know we have in common.
Okay.
So we'll say that one first. Elf.
Yeah.
I think
that's my
Elf
top.
Is the best of the Christmas movies. And it's because the humor, it's the joy, it's the realistic. I like the over the top silliness of who he is. And that's just so good. Like everything about it, like the syrup, because I love syrup we love to drown everything in syrup. So every time I go to a restaurant and I go, I'd like more syrup, just consider me Elf. Like I will always use it as a reference because so there's so many things about that movie that were good.
What I really like about that one is that it came out in I looked it up, I think 2004. I really like that it's a movie that came out during my childhood that I'm still attached to.
Oh,
whereas
that's nice.
Older Christmas movies, which we might get into, it was it's a movie that came out while I was a kid. So it was I feel
you grew up with the movie.
It's almost like Toy Story for Tommy is to what Elf is for me. Toy Story was very much a I still like Toy Story.
His childhood. Yeah, but that defined his childhood.
It's you have to watch this because this was Tommy liked this movie. I was doing this whole, this might be a little tangent, but I had a little joke idea about how I'm on the border of millennial and Gen Z, but because I'm the youngest and my siblings are older, the first sibling dictates what culture the kids in the family get. So I know more millennial culture, whereas if I was the oldest in the family and there were siblings younger than me who were Gen Z,
you would define the culture.
I would define the culture with Gen Z things. So and maybe Toy Story wouldn't be so big because I was the first kid and it wasn't as big of a deal. Because if you as a parent are not tuned into things until you have a child, it's
oh, that makes so much sense. That's very insightful.
Anyway, yes, but Elf is very much one that was I think my generation. I'm very I love it. It's the best. And I think it's kind of ruined me for Christmas movies because it came out when I was a kid, and then no other Christmas movie really does it justice
movie's gonna live up to
me.
That one. Nothing's gonna live up to that one.
Yeah,
it's like that. The Griswolds Christmas, how that was a certain era of people, and some people that love that movie will never think any other Christmas movie is as good as that movie.
Yeah.
So anyway, it just depends on what you are so connected with.
Yeah. All right.
Interesting. What's your second one?
My second one, I can't decide which one's 2 versus 3, but 2 might be Love Actually.
Okay.
Because it is a Christmassy one. I like all the interchanging storylines. It's just I don't know. It's a good one. Okay. I love watching Love Actually.
It's a rom-com-y too.
It's rom-com-y.
And you do like a rom-com, so that makes sense. Yeah.
I feel I very much like that era of early 2000s rom-coms. Those are very much hit. I love those. So that's my number 2.
Okay.
What's your number 2?
Okay. Now I'm going to say number 2 because I have a duo for number 2 and then I have a number 3. So I'll give you the duo for number 2. And the reason why there's a duo is it's because these two define my childhood. They came out, one of them, I only looked up one, but The Grinch which the animated Grinch, which came out in 1966. So I was 5 years old when the Grinch, and I'm sure Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, when it was like that stop motion with Burl Ives, I'm sure that came around. Actually, I should look it up, but it came maybe around the same time. So those defined my growing up years, the two of those. And they bring two different things to the party. And one was more of a modern culture versus a traditional. So there was like, because Grinch was it was kind of modern. It was like, the bad guy at Christmas time. And it was like, I can recite the lines, and I always do this for Jonathan when he pats her on the head and he sends her to bed, like pats her, Miss Cindy Lou Who, and I patted her on the bed and sent her to bed. And I love that scene so much that I can recite the whole scene, and me and Jonathan recite it all the time. So his love of those two shows definitely come from me loving those two shows. Those were, they defined my childhood. We used to sit and watch them together. The whole thing. It's like, defines Christmas. But what I have to say about it is that recently, so I was in Dallas, and I was underneath the stadium, and Rudolph was on, and I'm like, I can't believe this Christmas show is up there. So it got me thinking about the story of the Rudolph show. And I realized how mean-spirited it is. I'm like, this would never hold up now. Santa was making fun of the reindeer with the red nose and ostracizing him in front of everyone. Santa, who's supposed to be welcoming and joyful of all children.
Helen awoke. Is awoke.
What is going on right now?
Going woke on her Christmas movies.
I got upset because I started thinking about it. And I'm like, wait a minute. And then like all the misfit toys got kicked out because they weren't exactly like everyone else. You know what I mean? I started to really process what that, because I just accepted it for what it was growing up. But then I started to really think about it. Like, freaking Santa was mean. He treated Rudolph like crap. Then Rudolph runs away because he's so hurt. His feelings are hurt. And then it's like he has to cover up his nose. He has to hide what's like born his beauty at birth that he has to hide. You know what I mean? Yeah. The whole thing's wrong. And it's annoying because I still want to love it. But then now when I watch it, I see it through a different lens.
I had the Rudolph and the Grinch. Well, more Rudolph on like other ones that we always watch that I'm not like super attached to. And maybe that's why I'm not super attached to it. 'Cause I'm like, it's mean.
It's mean. I feel like, why? I don't know. I wish it could be, but I know there's certain things like you can't change what that Christmas show is. Although they do, I think that somebody was telling me, maybe it was Jenna, that they revised the book so it wasn't so mean. It wasn't so mean spirited. Because I was just telling her this when I was like, I came back when I was in Dallas. I was thinking about this, and I was like really kind of bothered by it that it's like so mean spirited, and how even his parents were like, cover up your nose, Rudolph. Remember the dad? Like, well, let's cover that up, and in these. Putting the mud on him and everything. The mother's like, oh, leave him alone. The mother, of course, loved him the way he was, as mothers do. You know what I mean? The whole thing was like, what is going on? So that was a little upsetting to realize. Even though I still will say, I'll still stand by it and say it defines Christmas for me because it's like what I remember from childhood. But it started me thinking like all of the things that we grew up with, a lot of them were kind of mean. And we didn't know it because it was acceptable meanness back then. Isn't that weird?
It was weird.
Yikes. All right. So that's my number 2 pair. That was a pair. They have to go together because they're in the same kind of genre.
My third one, which might be surprising to you. I was going at this list of like movies that I actually like genuinely enjoy watching. Like not just like, oh, Rudolph's my favorite because it's like a classic. Like I was going off the list of like, if I had to sit down and watch 3 movies back to back,
okay,
what would my 3? So my last one is Home Alone.
Oh, that's a good one. Good choice. Good choice. And that does, well, you and Jonathan would be in sync on that one. So when did that movie come out? Like, was I think that in the 90s.
You know what? It's like that one is a Jonathan movie that he really attached to. So I watched it a lot.
Right. Release date it says November 1990.
Oh, wow.
That's when it says. 1990.
That's kind of crazy.
So, well, you weren't even born.
I know.
Gosh. I didn't realize that. All right. Well, so that's interesting. That's a good one. You're going to be surprised by mine, but I want to hear. So do you think you like that one because it was like brotherly? You watched it together? What makes you, or do you like it because of the story, the comedy of it?
I like the story. I like the comedy of it. I also feel like the like MacGyver sense of Kevin McAllister, I feel like I could always relate to and see myself in, and not in like a bad way of like you guys forgot about me way, but just like being the youngest
great.
child. No, I just prefaced it with saying not because you guys ever forgot about me, but like the youngest child energy of being like the youngest smart child
energy
and like getting themselves out of a situation like independently. So,
yes, I could see why that would be relatable to you. That makes such perfect sense. That's very funny. I never thought about it that way. Now, let me ask you, have you seen on TikTok the Macaulay Culkin, the spoof that he did right now where like it is so scary. It's very funny and intense to watch because it's a spoof of him as an adult and someone breaks in and now he's going after him. He's got like a gun to their head. Like, it's crazy. You have to look this up.
I will.
That's insane. Nuts. Yeah, it threw me for a loop because I'm like, what is this right now? Oh, I know what it's for. It's for the I'm sorry, this is not maybe a good answer now for you now that I think about it, but it was for the Matt Rife Netflix special.
Ugh.
And him and Macaulay Culkin did this bit. You should watch it. You should watch it. I didn't like it necessarily because I was like, oh my God, that's aggressive. But then I also was like, wow, like Macaulay Culkin went hard in this other direction. Like, talk about lifting himself up from his childhood role and taking a left turn.
Wow. That's what I gotta check it out.
You should watch it. You should watch it.
All right, what's your last movie?
So my last one might surprise you, and there's a lot of reasons for it, but I don't even know if you know it that well. Scrooged. And the one with I think. What's the one? Who's the actor in the new one? Bill Murray. Scrooged with Bill Murray. That one.
We watched.
We used to watch the original one, the Scrooged, and I loved that one too growing up. But the remake I love it. Everything about it. And here's why I like this one so much. Okay. So first I can talk production, like the acting, the choice of characters, the casting, the performances, the modernization of like the lingo, the way they evolved it from old Scrooge to new Scrooged. Mm-hmm. I love the storyline of Scrooged. I love the idea that if you do one thing, it could impact you. And then if you take this left turn, it can impact you that way. I like that concept in a movie in general. I always love a movie where it's like they do a thing and it's like if the character took that turn, this is what happened. But if the character took this right-hand turn instead, that was what would happen. I love those kind of storylines. I love it. It makes me think. It's cool. So I just love that part of it, how it's like, he's looking back and he's visited by the ghosts of Christmas past. I think the funny one of the future, the fairy that keeps hitting him over the head, is hilarious. I love when he wakes up to the whole thing at the end and he's getting everybody singing, and it's such feel good moments. I love watching it.
You love a feel-good movie.
And I love that they kept the ending going and going and going. You know, when they filmed that movie, they just like, the ending just goes, and he's got the cast and he's got the crew and he's singing to people. And it's like, it blends, it crosses the third wall because it's like you're watching a movie set being made. And so then he's interacting with the crew. And like, you don't even know where the blur is. Like, wait a minute, is this the real crew or is this the crew that were cast as the crew in the movie? I love it. Like, I don't even know the answer as I'm sitting here thinking about it. I don't know.
That's a good one.
That's the really good one. I might have to move that one up. That would be second choice, maybe. I might have to move that one up now that I'm talking about it.
That's a good one.
I liked it. I like it every year. I wonder if Jonathan watches that one. I might have to get him to watch that one with me.
We watched it 2 years ago for Christmas, I remember, because we watched it in LBI.
I wonder if he watched it, though. I don't know if
Probably not.
Sometimes if he doesn't like it, he's like, no. He's a grouch.
He's a Grinch.
He's a Scrooge. Remember when he wore the Grinch shirt one year?
Yes, I do remember
the Christmas photo. Oh my God. What's your bonus one?
It was going to be Love Actually, and then I put Love Actually into my thing, but maybe it's The Holiday, the movie with like Jack Black. That's a good one. And another rom-com, but like rom-com. Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I enjoy that one. But then the other bonus ones I was thinking about were maybe some of these Jonathan has watched too many times where I like can't enjoy it. But like he always would watch Frosty, the Snowman. That was another movie. Or Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh,
But, like,
Charlie Brown Christmas defines
yeah.
my childhood too, for sure. Like Charlie Brown Christmas was huge. Huge. You know what else I would toss in when you made me think about a bonus one, and I had forgotten about New in Town, so I think I would count that one as my bonus. But my non-holiday movie that in my mind's eye takes place during the holidays, maybe I'm making this up, but is Miss Congeniality. Does that take place during the holidays?
Not for me,
Isn't there
but
something at the end? I thought it was like,
no.
maybe I'm crazy, but that one, I think there's something at the end where it's during the holiday season.
That's such a good one.
I mean, that's such a good one. That's such a classic. I could watch it over and over and over again.
Same. That and The Proposal. Sandra Bullock.
Yes.
Can't go wrong with Sandy B.
Can't go wrong. She's the best. She's the best. Oh, yeah. This was good. I like talking about movies.
This was fun. We do
It's
love a
also
movie.
because it makes you think of why do you like a movie, Lynn? How it defines who you are as a person that makes you connect to a certain type of movie, I think. Yeah. But I like the insight about the leading the childhood thing of Tommy really leading the Toy Story love. Mm-hmm. And so what would you lead? You would probably lead with which one for you? Would it be Home Alone? No, I don't know.
Probably I don't know.
Which one?
I don't know what it would be. Because I feel like maybe maybe I missed cultural moments of mine because I was very caught up in. Because sometimes I think
you were always looking at him as an example, though. I mean,
I also think I had friends growing up, and they were the oldest siblings and had younger siblings, and they were sometimes were into different things. I'm like, I don't even know what that is.
Oh,
I can't remember it now, but I feel like some of my friends had either a sibling who was 1 year older than them or a sibling that was 1 or 2 years younger than them. And they would reference things. And I'm like, I don't even know what that is. I'm not even in tuned. So it is very interesting.
You and Natalie at least had the older brother. Natalie had an older brother. Yeah. It's just funny. When you think about your era and what defines your era and why.
Yeah. But I think Elf was a big one. I think that was my era.
Elf was it for you? Defined it for you. What about that Griswold's Christmas? Does that?
I don't even know what that is.
It's where he puts the lights on.
Oh,
also,
National Lampoon.
National Lampoon. He puts the lights on and the house explodes. It's
we didn't. I feel like I was more into the Elf.
Yeah, more Elf.
Yeah, but this was fun. I like talking about movies. This is a good one. This is ho ho ho. Got me in the holiday spirit. Put your hat back on for the outro.
Let me put my hat back on to get us off. Oh my gosh, this was great. I love talking about movies.
And our next episode is going to be our 100th episode. So we'll have to do something. We're going to do something special for it.
Okay.
But it's so exciting. And we have the holidays coming and so much good stuff in store. We recorded
100 episodes. Can you imagine? There's people that can't get past 10 episodes on a podcast and they give up.
I like how you're doing this with the Santa hat on now.
I'm getting really serious, but it is
right as you put the Santa hat on.
We got to 100 episodes. We did good.
We did it.
We committed. Happy holidays, everybody. Enjoy your lead up to the holidays, and we'll see you next week for our 100th episode.
You have to say yours truly. What are you doing?
Yours truly,
Helen and Julie. I'm so excited, sitting here waiting.
Oh my gosh.
What else? See you next week.
See you next week. Bye, Jewel.
Bye.